We're going live.
No. We'll do it live.
This is the Come On Man podcast. And here's your host, Paul Bauer.
Good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday. I don't know what it's like where you're at, but it is raining cats and dogs this morning outside. I hope the weather doesn't somehow impact the stream. If my mic starts cutting out or doing anything weird, which it's done in the past, just please sound off in the comments, because I have no idea when my mic sounds like absolute garbage. And sometimes the weather impacts my bandwidth for whatever reason, which makes no sense because I have fiber. I have fiber internet out here in the cow pasture. But sometimes the weather impacts it, whatever. And it's just super stormy right now. What's going on, guys? Hey, just to remind you, for any ladies that are watching, none of you can be first, but all of you can be next. You guys need to get one of these mugs. Because your coffee will taste better in one of these mugs. It's guaranteed. It's a guaranteed fact. What's everybody doing this fine Wednesday morning? We only have a couple of people watching. If you guys are watching on Twitter right now, or if you guys are watching on Facebook, smash that like button and then head on over to the YouTube channel. I'm going to drop a link for you Facebook people. But make sure you guys smash that like button. Helps us out in the algorithm. Even if you're watching on Twitter, all that kind of stuff helps out. All right. So we are live. Join me for these every Wednesday and Friday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern time. But if you can't make it, that's what the replays are for. And today we're gonna be talking about spinning plates. We're gonna be talking about dating multiple women at the same time. You know, it's funny. I hear a lot of guys complain about it. They either think it's too much work, they have too many problems getting at least one date, let alone multiple, or they think it's, somewhat immoral, right? Oh, I don't want her to think I'm a cheater. I don't want her to think I'm one of those guys. But it's funny. I rarely hear women complain about it. Rarely. But I have some thoughts about it, and I want to hear your guys' takes too. So if you guys are in the comments right now, sound off, participate. Hey, Cadillo. Good morning, brother. All right. Before I get into the topic at hand today, let's start off with some housekeeping. You guys know the drill. You guys know what's up. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit those notifications. I see 7 people are watching right now. There should be at least 7 likes. Drop a comment. Any comment will do. If you guys are watching live right now on YouTube, sound off in the live chat. That helps this time go by faster. I want some of your takes on these concepts too, as we go along. I know Caudillo's, he dated very, very aggressively, using his own language. He dated aggressively in Dallas for like 2 years straight, so he knows what it's about. Be sure to follow me on all social media. The links are in the description. I'm on all the good platforms. Get on the Patreon, guys. Patreon.com/ComeOnManPod. You can join for as little as $10, and then you get all of Monday's interviews ad-free, without all this sort of housekeeping stuff. And then you also get them a couple of days early, because I drop those for the Patreon members on Friday afternoons. And then if you guys want some kind of coaching, if you guys need help getting a rotation going or whatever, join tier 2 or tier 3 of the Patreon. It's pretty affordable. I'm not charging people enough. That's for sure. And a great way to help out the show is to send a super chat. If you guys are watching on YouTube, YouTube has this feature where you can send a super chat, and you can send it for as little as $1. That all helps support the show. The show is largely supported by you guys, by the audience, because, a lot of my videos, immediately right now, YouTube has this thing where when I upload videos, it immediately goes into limited ad status, which essentially means you're demonetized. just because of the type of content I do. And then when they do play ads, it's like pennies. So when you guys send super chats, you guys are really helping out creators. I don't know if you know that. So send a super chat that helps support the show. God, I need more coffee, guys. This time change is really just getting to me. You know, like it's before I hit my 40s, time changes never bothered me. Like I never had a problem with time changes, but now that I'm in my 40s, like every time change, I just like de-evolve. Like it's the sun's not even out yet. I can't get up. I can't get up this early. Like right now, it's 8 in the morning my time, and it's dark AF outside. And a lot of that's because it's stormy out. But anyway, I'm just yelling at clouds like an old man. Get on the email list.comeonmanpod.com, and I will send you some free stickers. If you guys are watching on YouTube right now, you can see the stickers here. If you guys are listening on the audio replay, well, come on over to YouTube during a live and you can see what the stickers look like, but I'll send those to you free of charge. And then if you like those designs, you can get them as a mug or as a t-shirt or wherever too. If you go to merch.comeonmanpod.com. I have the mugs linked below the video on YouTube, so check those out. Coffee tastes better than these. These are good. All right. Then finally here, we've got the Law of Attraction course, my practical Law of Attraction course. It's chick crack free. There are no genies granting wishes with this. A lot of you guys the reason why you're not having success in dating is because your mindset is not right. If you fix your mindset, all these things will change for you guys. It's you'll have this, they talk about the idea of living in abundance. Right? Abundance thinking. Well, how do I even get there if I haven't experienced abundance? Well, you can reprogram your brain to think that you have abundance. And then once you start thinking that way, you'll act that way. It's amazing. So I'll play a commercial for that, and then we'll go ahead and get into the topic at hand today. Let me find it. Here we go. Do you struggle to find the kind of women you want? Are you tired of swiping away all day on dating apps and only finding mediocre women? When you're out and about at the supermarket or at the mall, all you see are woke liberal women? You can't seem to find a traditional submissive woman that checks all your boxes. What if I were to tell you that the reason why you can't find your traditional submissive woman is because of your mindset, because of your paradigm? We get what we focus on in life. And you have programmed your mind to think that there's only trash women around you. You've programmed your mind by focusing on what you don't want in a relationship. To solve this problem, I've created my practical Law of Attraction course. In my course, I will teach you how to reprogram your subconscious mind so that you will be hyper aware of the kind of women that will check all of your boxes. It's not that they weren't there before, it's just that you weren't aware of them because of your current mindset. So let's change that mindset today. Check out my course by visiting loa.comeonmanpod.com. That's loa.comeonmanpod.com. The law of attraction is nothing without action. So act now. Act now. Look at this. Bull rush. If her BMI is above 24, is it considered spinning 2 plates? Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah. It's like 2 dates in one, right? That's hilarious. You Bull Rush likes trash women. Look, if you guys lower your standards, you can really experience abundance, let me tell you. just anything that's wet with a hole in it, and you're good to go. You're good to go. All right, guys, let's talk about spinning plates. First of all, for you newbies out there, what does it mean to spin plates? I will occasionally get guys when I'm talking, put out TikTok videos or whatever. And they'll say, what do you mean by spinning plates? Like, it's a new concept for some people. So I get that. When people are watching my videos, I always sort of assume that there's 1 or 2 people that are in the audience that have no idea what I'm talking about, and they're too afraid to ask, because everyone else knows these concepts. So basically, spinning plates means you're dating multiple women at once, right? Easy peasy. Hey, my man, Nathan Mannion with a $2 super chat. You get this, buddy. You get this. We're past the 8-minute mark, so
I'm just going to say it. This guy fucks. Am I right? I'm just going to say it. This guy fucks. Am I right?
This guy fucks. Am I right? Thanks for that, man. I appreciate it. Guys, if you want to support the show, send a super chat or a super sticker. It really helps out. All right. So spinning plates means dating multiple women. But what do most guys do? What do most guys do? They date with sniper mentality, right? They do one girl at a time, right? Like a sniper. They get her in their sights. She shows a little bit of interest and bam, they go all in. They go all in on that one girl and they overinvest. They immediately start treating her like she's a girlfriend or a wife. And then they come across it's needy as hell. Okay. And what they end up doing is they push women away. Bull rush. All right, here we go. Bull rush. You get this one today, man.
Who's the master?
Bull rush for the $5.56 super chat. You're pretty funny for a seaman. Thank you. You guys didn't know Bull Rush he's a jarhead. He's a jarhead. So that's okay. I'll take that. So one of the first things that I realized I was doing wrong when I got back on the dating circuit the second time was after my marriage. I always say the second time, but the second time after my marriage was that I was doing this. I was dating with sniper mentality. There would be like one girl that would show, somewhat interest on me on a dating app. I'd go all in. I'd immediately start basically treating her like we were exclusive before that even happened. And, I found that after one or two dates, I'd get ghosted or, I'm just not feeling a connection or whatever. It's because I was pushing these women away with my neediness, right? I made them like the sole focus of my attention. Right. I would text them every day. I was the good morning text guy. You know what I mean? You guys, have you guys been good morning text guy? Don't be good morning text guy. That's for another conversation. But I was good morning text guy. I would text them all day long. I'd text them all about my day. And then I would be trying to set up multiple dates throughout the week on the weeks that I didn't have my kids and try to have them occupy all my time. And that is just like the worst way to go. You will push women away so fast by doing that. So one of the best solutions to not being so damn needy with these women is to spin plates. Don't be exclusive with these women, right? Until you have that talk, right? But you gotta work your way up to that. Most chicks are not immediately ready to get into a relationship. I know a lot of guys say that, oh, but all women want are relationships. Like that's not how it starts. That's not how it starts at all. So we'll get into some of that today, I'm sure. Some common objections. This is what I hear from guys, right? Some common objections to spinning plates. The first one is it's too hard to remember all their names and deal with all of their bullshit, right? Guys, is that a problem that you guys have when you are spinning plates? It's too hard to remember their names? Because I'm terrible with names. I'm terrible with names and I have a terrible memory in general, terrible short-term memory. And I was deathly afraid that I was going to call one girl the wrong name, right? I was deathly afraid of that. So there's ways around this. Okay. What I ended up doing was I would give all these chicks nicknames, because that way, if you accidentally slip a different nickname, most of the time chicks they don't think about that too much, but I would just give them nicknames, or I just wouldn't use names at all. Have you ever gone up to somebody and you've met them before and you can't remember their name, so you just don't use their name in the conversation? You're just like, oh, hey, how's it going? Oh man, it's been a long time, but you never once say their name. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Yeah, this is a good one, Claudio. I almost used the L there, man. I'm sorry. Claudio. It's too hard to remember past conversations. That was something that would happen a lot in when I was spinning plates too, is I can't remember if I told you this or not, right? So that's how I would if I had that inclination that I probably said this to someone else, I would oftentimes preface something I was about to say with, I can't remember if I told you this or not. Hey, Afi. Hey, good morning, brother. Thanks for showing up today. Appreciate it. So, and then getting back to, you know, I don't want to deal with all their bullshit, right? Like, oh, dating multiple women, I got to deal with all their bullshit. I can barely deal with one woman's bullshit. Well, guess what, guys? If you are dating multiple women at once, you don't have to deal with their bullshit, because you don't have to spend time with them if they are giving you bullshit, because you're dating multiple women, right? So it's so much easier to walk away. If they're like giving you a bunch of crap, be like, you know what? Peace out. I'm going to go talk to Susie tonight. You get their kids' names mixed up. What are you doing dating single moms? Single moms. Ah, they're so bad. Get their kids' names mixed up. And that's the honest truth, Caudillo. More women, less bullshit. That's absolutely right. And it's so counterintuitive. Most guys are like, they think, you know, dealing with women in general is full of bullshit. But the more you date, the less it is. The less it is. We'll get into that too. Reasons why some of that is as well. But yeah, just in general, if you have like a bunch of different options, you're not going to tolerate the same things you will if she's your only option. You're just not going to tolerate it. And so that gives you a better mental frame. That gives you, you know, just more leverage. They say that the person, I think Michael Yon said it, right? The person with the greatest negotiating power is the one that's willing to walk away and mean it. And if you have unlimited options, you are more willing to walk away. Guys with that operate in a scarcity mindset, they don't have that mentality. They think, oh my God, if I screw it up with her, right? Like, so many guys are worried about screwing things up with chicks. If I screw it up with her, she's going to walk, right? She should be worried about screwing it up with you because you have just as many options as her, right? Well, probably not. Let's get real. Most girls have more options than guys, but if she thinks that you have more options than her, she's gonna think twice. She's gonna think twice. The other objections, let's see, I got a bunch of them here, but another one I get is it costs too much money. Man, these women out here costing all this money. I got a new energy drink today, guys. I'm testing out. I've never had this one before. Hey guys, what's your favorite energy drink? Just if you guys drink energy drinks, I know there's some people that are like, oh, they're so terrible for you. I don't care. But if you guys like energy drinks, what's your favorite? Let me know. So it costs too much money. So I will say this. Yeah, dates do add up, but you can keep a rotation to a minimal level. So I found that 3 or 4 was pretty much my limit. I didn't want to date more than that. It was too hard to sort of juggle more than that. And dates do add up over time. Dates do add up over time, but you really want to make women earn more expensive dates. You know, you don't want to lead with dinner and, you know, fancy galas and trips and travel. And what do the rich guys do? They have women flued out. They flew them out. Hey guys, send a super chat. Support the show. Oh, you like Red Bull? I like sugar-free Red Bulls. They're okay. They're not bad. Bull Rush, you like Red Line? Okay. And, oh, you like, dude, I don't like Bang. Luis likes Bang. Bang has a nasty aftertaste. That's just my opinion, though. But if you like it, that's cool. It does cost money, but it's better than paying for sex. I think so. You know, some people might disagree. Some people might think that it's more efficient to pay for the sex, but I also like going out and having a good time. Like, I like dating. I like going out and having conversations and having drinks and stuff like that. That's not a time wasted just to get to the sex part. Like, all of that, the whole experience is fun for me. I like doing that. It's like paying for entertainment. I drink it for the name alone. Bang. Yeah. All right. But yeah, so anyway, you want to make women earn more expensive dates, right? If they're not putting out yet, they don't get the expensive treatment, okay? You want to keep like early dates where there's no sex involved, low investment, right? Drinks, dinner at your place, dinner at her place, right? Going for a walk in the park, stuff like that. You like goat energy drink. I don't know if I've ever experienced that. I don't know. I've had goat energy drink, but you want to make women sort of earn their spot. Okay. The same thing goes. This is off topic, but the same thing sort of goes for Friday and Saturday nights. I have a firm belief that Friday and Saturday nights are for women that you're sleeping with. And if they haven't earned that yet, then they don't get Friday or Saturday nights because those are prime date nights. And also on Friday and Saturday nights, if I didn't have a date lined up, I wasn't texting women. I wasn't texting women on dating apps or whatever, because I wanted like the women to sort of be wondering about me. What's he doing on a Friday or Saturday night? Because, that's when everybody goes out. So we'll get into this too. Like if you haven't gotten to the place where you are spinning plates yet, you can sort of fake it till you make it with like certain tactics, right? And at least get women's hamster wheels going, because that's very important. Another objection is it's too hard to even get one whammon. Beef Wellington or get the fuck out. Oh, that's not it. Beef Wellington or get the fuck out. That's right. Bull Rush knows what's up. Here's a hack. Go to a wine bar. Okay, Caudio's got the scoop here. Here's a hack. Go to a wine bar. A bottle of wine is $35. Both of you will be buzzed, and wine bars are usually classy, quiet venues. Yeah, that's a good hack. I'm on keto though, so I can't drink wine because it's got too much sugar. But I hear you. I think that's a good idea. Most guys aren't on keto. All right. So too hard to even get women. So I was just saying this, right? You can fake it till you make it. You can stay busy with other hobbies. Honestly, one of the reasons why I started this podcast was so that I had something to do outside of women. And that's very important for guys to do. You guys need to get busy. So many of you guys, all you do is work, come home, drink beer, get up in the morning and start all over again. Like that's your life. And that is a boring fucking life. And women don't want to be a part of a life like that. So you need to figure out something that makes you an exciting person to hang around, right? You need to find hobbies that are fun to do for you that, you can invite them on or at least tell them about. That sounds exciting, right? So this was one of my hobbies. I mean, I don't typically like invite women to join me for podcasts, but this became one of my hobbies. This became one of my life purposes, right? That they say you got to have a purpose. And I did this so that it would also fill up my time outside of women. In this show gives me so much to do, right? Like I have to like edit all sorts of videos. I have to, make content to promote the show. It's very time consuming. So this keeps me focused on something other than women. And so like, yeah, if I didn't have dates lined up, I had something to do. I could work on the show. I could go for a hike. I could take my dog out. I could go for bike rides. I came up with other things to do outside of women. So you can sort of use that as an alternative to dating to keep your mind off the women all the time, which is healthy to do. And then like I said before, there are certain things you can do, like the Friday, Saturday night rule, like make that a rule where you don't go out on Friday or Saturday nights unless you're sleeping with her already. That leaves 5 other days a week that you could take chicks out for drinks, get to know them. And then second date, have them back to your place, close the deal. And then third date, you can take them out on a Friday or Saturday night. Like they've earned it by then. And then when a chick asks you, are you seeing other women? Are you seeing other girls right now? Never give them a clear answer. I personally think never give them a clear answer. I think when I interviewed Alan Roger Curry, I mean, he's a very mode 1 individual, right? Mode 1 means like you're very direct and honest with women. Like the goal is to be direct and honest with women at all times. So he would disagree with that. That's more mode 2 behavior, right? Like being sort of vague with your responses, but it's effective. He also said it is effective, but to me, I just thought it just works better in game to just not give a clear answer, right? So when a woman asks, if you're seeing other women, just say, I always got room for one more. That can mean that you're seeing 100 women. It can mean that you're seeing 2 women. It can mean that you're not seeing any women. It can mean anything, right? It just let her hamster wheel churn on that. Like, her imagination is probably one of your biggest assets, her imagination. Yeah, rest in peace, ARC. Your mode 1.5. But see, there's so many guys that when a chick asks, "Hey, are you seeing other people?" Like, they're a little too honest, right? And they'll be like, "Oh no, I'm not seeing anyone," because they think that's what women want to hear. And what you're saying when you say, "Oh no, I'm not seeing anyone," you're basically saying that other women don't like you, right? You might as well just be telling this chick, like, "I don't fuck," right? It's never good to be honest with that. If you're not seeing other women right now, just, I swear to God, just either tell them that you are or say, "I have room for one more," right? That's the best way to answer that sort of thing, I think. Because if women actually like you, if other women like you, they will like you. It's called pre-selection. It's a thing. And then I got guys that are like, "It's immoral. It's cheating. I can't date multiple women. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy, a player," right? Oh, Caudillo with the $5 super chat. Here we go. You get this, man. Pippin ain't easy. Caudillo, $5. Now I got to talk about the cuck article. Jesus. Weekends usually have a lot of disadvantages. Crowded, loud bars, hard to find parking, getting drinks takes longer, etc. Yeah. And that could be true, but sometimes, like, women sort of like the crowds, but it's always good, guys, to take control of, like, if you're going to take a girl out on Friday or Saturday night, like, you make the plans and make sure you have reservations if you can do it. Chicks like that if you already have reservations. But yeah. So it's like going out on like a Thursday night is perfect, right? And there's so many. There's another objection too. I don't have it on here, right? Going out on Thursday nights? Oh, I can't do that. I got to get up for work in the morning. Well, no one says that you have to get fucking bombed on a date. Have an alcoholic beverage and then switch to water. And then, you want to keep first dates sort of short anyway. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to be out there like for 4 hours on a Thursday night, like just wasting everybody's time. Like, first dates for me are like, they're a chemistry test. You want to see if you like her or not. What cuck article? You have to be more specific. I got multiple cuck articles. Yeah. Anyway. For those guys that aren't in on the joke, this guy, Jack Murphy, a couple of years ago, like, yelled at some chick on a podcast because someone sent a $5 super chat and asked for him to talk about the cuck article. And the lady reading the super chat had no idea what that meant. And he got offended and told her to, like, fuck off or whatever. Good times. All right. Where are we at here? Oh, immoral or it's cheating, right? So, guys, I can't do this, right? It's immoral. I don't want to cheat on her. I don't want her thinking I'm one of those guys. It's not cheating until you have the exclusivity talk and you both agree that you're exclusive. It's not cheating. All right. So you got to get that out of your head right now. And this isn't middle school. Okay. I think a lot of guys especially young guys, a lot of guys go into the dating market thinking this is fucking middle school or high school, right? You don't walk up to women and ask them to be your girlfriend. Like, that's not how this works. It worked like that in junior high. It worked like that in middle school and elementary school. It doesn't work like that when you're an adult. Okay. You date, right? You are seeing who's the best option for you right now. So you're not fucking exclusive. You're not. And you're treating her like a girlfriend before she's even earned it. You don't even know this chick, right? You go on one date with her, and some guys like fall madly in love with the chicks before they even find themselves on the date, which is why, like, guys get so pissed off at catfish dates, is because they've built this chick up in their mind because they've texted her too damn much before the date. And then when they show up on the date, they're like totally disappointed because all of their dreams and aspirations of, white picket fences and 2.5 kids have been blown out of the water by this fat whale that shows up on the date. Like that's, yeah. Anyway, you're not exclusive until you've had the talk. Okay. And you shouldn't be treating her like a girlfriend or a wife until she's earned it. And I guarantee she's doing the same thing, right? Men call it spinning plates. Women just call it dating. This is how women date, right? They see multiple guys and then they pick their best option. Why shouldn't you do that? If you're not doing that, like you're just dating highly inefficiently. You know what I mean? So let's talk about some benefits. Before I get into the benefits though, make sure you guys, if you haven't done so already, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and hit those notifications. And also, you guys, a lot of you guys are sounding off in the chat right now. I appreciate that. But if you're watching on the replay, drop a comment below. And if you guys are listening on your favorite audio platform after the replay, give us a 5-star review and actually like write out why you like the show. I will read that in an upcoming episode. Let's see what we got here. There's no morality, dude. Yeah, there's no morality in dating. It's all fair in love and war, right? It's easier for her to find a babysitter on a non-weekend day. Probably. It's probably true. Those young whippersnapper babysitters are probably out partying on the weekend, right? It's easier to find a babysitter on a Thursday night. I'll tell you this though, since we're talking about single moms here, I'm like one of the guys in the space that like, I don't have a problem with single moms, right? But I think that single moms are really good for a very specific group of guys. They're good for single fathers. If you don't have kids yet, you really have no business dating single moms. I mean, you can date them for fun, they're for recreation or whatever, but you do not want to find yourself, taking care of another man's kids. You don't want to be on the hook for another man's kids. You don't want to be adopting other men's kids. It's just a bad idea. And even if you are a single father, I think it's important to set that boundary that you're not going to parent her kids and vice versa. You don't really want her to parent your kids either. Right. And then also I found too, that dating single moms, it really only works out well if she's on the same parenting schedule as you. So like Nurse Chick, for instance, right? She's on the exact same parenting schedule as me. So the weeks that both of us don't have our kids, we can spend our time together and it's great. And then on the weeks that we do have our kids, we take care of our kids and we keep that whole idea completely separate. So that works out very well. But one of the problematic things about dating single moms and them having to find babysitters is it's just, they almost never have time to date, right? Especially single moms that have full custody of their kids. They're almost impossible to date. It's like a monumental waste of your time trying to get them out on dates half the time. Let's see. Dating single moms fun and isn't bad, but you'll see them like once every 2 to 3 weeks. Yeah. They have like no fucking time. Right. So that's why, like, if you're a single dad, like it works out great because you see them every other week. That's perfect. That's perfect timing. Cause that's like, I was only dating every other week anyway, so it works out good. It worked out good for me, but they're not for everybody. And, but I'm not going to go all, I'm not going to go all Rich Cooper on the whole idea of single moms. He got burned pretty bad by single moms. Like I get it. And I love Rich too. So I'm not trying to shit on Rich at all, but we just have differing opinions on that sort of thing. And that's okay. Okay. Let's talk about benefits of spinning plates. So I put out a tweet the other day, and this was sort of a short little impromptu thread I did on Twitter, because there was this kid that was like, all these red pillars were giving this kid advice. And this kid was like, I want the information. And everyone's like, okay, well, here's the information. And he's like, fuck your information. Like, this kid on Twitter was just like arguing with everybody about everything, especially like, spinning plates. They're like, dude, you got to start spinning plates and stuff. And he was like, I don't want to do that. I want to find one girl to settle down with and stuff. It's like, dude, you can still do that. In fact, that's the best way to find the girl to settle down with, is to spin all these plates until you find the right plate, right? So this kid just didn't want to hear it, but here we go. So I put, it's the most efficient way to date. Seeing multiple people at the same time narrows everything down quicker, right? Because if you're dating with sniper mentality, you're literally doing it like this, right? Let's say you meet a girl on a dating app. You meet her on a dating app, and let's say you're even pretty good at setting dates and not wasting a lot of time online, right? So you meet a girl on a dating app, you send her, 10, 15 messages, you find a segue to set that date. You go on a date with her maybe like 2 to 3 days later, and then you got to wait like another, 4 or 5 days before you see her again, or at least, I'm sorry, you got to wait like 3 or 4 days before you reach out to set the next date. So you don't see her again until probably the next week. So you're literally not seeing her until, like maybe 1 week at a time. So you might go on let's say 3 dates with her. So if you're going on 1 date a week, you're literally have now wasted maybe a month's worth of time, at least a month's worth of time for her to just ghost you. Now you got to start all over again. And now you got to go find another chick, line up a chick that's interested, and then waste another entire month. Right. Whereas if you're dating multiple women at once, you set that date with this chick on a Thursday night, you line up another chick, you set a date with her for, let's say, Sunday night. You find another chick online, you set another date with her for Monday night. Well, now you have like 3 dates lined up. Now you can it's like an interview process, right? You go to on each of these dates and you sort of see if you like them or not. Okay. Now you have 3 chicks that are possibilities that you can be seeing in this time period, right? And then if, let's say, chick number 2 decides to drop out and flake on you, that's okay, because you still have these 2 other chicks that you're working with. You haven't lost that much. You know what I mean? It's just more efficient to meet more women in a smaller period of time and narrow down the results. That's what makes it more efficient. We talked about this a little bit already, but it makes you less needy. Okay. Now, like, women can smell neediness on a man like a shark smells blood. And it's probably one of the least attractive things that you can do, is just act like you need this chick, like you need her in your life. A great book that a lot of guys should read, it's not on my multiple read list, but it was a very good book, was Models by Mark Manson. And he talks a lot about not being needy and how unattractive it is. So if you want more information on that, read that book. It's a good book. But it makes you less needy, because if one girl stops talking to you, which I already mentioned, who cares? You have like 2 or 3 other girls that you can see at the same time. It doesn't matter. And you're so less invested in these women in the beginning, because, like, 1, they haven't earned it yet, and 2, you're just like, you're juggling these other women. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if those plates fall. And then what ends up happening is it makes you more attractive. And there's a reason for that, right? Less needy makes you more attractive to women. And then also, a guy with options is more attractive to women. Like, women want to get with a guy that other men want to be and other women want to fuck, right? Like, that's, isn't that what, like, Rollo says all the time? But if other girls like you, there's this whole psychological component called pre-selection, that, like, women just automatically assume that you're a good catch if other women like you. So if you're dating multiple women at once, or if she thinks you're dating multiple women at once, that automatically spikes that attraction level for you. Let's see. Do I have this on here? Yes, I do have it on here, which leads to the next benefit, which is you can find higher quality women by doing this, because being attractive to women will help you find higher quality women that will qualify themselves to you. Now, I will say this: if you're dating less attractive women, right? If you're dating, like, unless you're into big girls, right? If you're into big girls, whatever, whatever floats your boat. Some dudes like them thick. Brothers like them thick. Am I right? Brothers like them thick. But if you're into bigger girls, then this might be fine for you, right? But typically, if you're dating like a less than attractive girl and like more attractive women see that doesn't really do anything for your attraction level. Like women will look at like you're dating a 4 and they're like an 8. They're not going to go, oh well, he's desired by hot women. That doesn't work that way. But if you're dating an 8, right, or if you're dating a 9 or whatever, women that are like 7s or even equal to that, 8s or 9s, they will think that you're more attractive because you're around this hotter girl. So that helps you out. But if they don't see what that girl looks like if they just know that you're dating other women, like then it helps you out because they can use their imagination because they're going to assume that you're at least dating someone as attractive as them, if not better. Right. And then that works in your favor. And then women are super competitive. Women are very competitive. If they think other women have a shot, they tend to step their game up and are more invested in you. Right? It's that whole dread game thing. Big girls are great in the winter. They keep you warm. There you go. Big girls like mopeds are fun to ride until friends see you. Yeah. Here we go. Competition anxiety works great for building and keeping attraction. It's true. Yeah. Women are super competitive. Like they might not even think they are. They might act like they're not, but women are crazy. They're crazy competitive, man. If they think other women like you, that they will step it up because they want to win. They want to win. So this leads to the last thing, which is when you have your choice with women, you can pick from the best of the best. Right? If you're dating like 3 chicks and let's say they're all 8s and 9s, maybe 9s or 10s, whatever, the whole scale is subjective anyway. The whole idea of 1s through 10s is totally subjective. But let's say she's your 8 or a 9 and you got 3 of them to pick from. You could pick the best one out of those 3. Skinny bitches always steal the blankets. Oh, I use the 1 to 30 scale. What's the 1 to 30 scale? See, I prefer to look at it like it's binary, right? Bang or wouldn't bang. I think that's much more accurate scale for men. There you go. Dude, if she makes my dick hard, she's a 10. There you go. So most guys don't understand that while a lot of women do want relationships, they need to feel like they've won a man over before they get into that relationship. So many guys are pushing for relationships like out the gate, right? And that's the wrong way to go. And this took me a while to learn because I just assumed that too. I thought all women just wanted relationships like me. Oh, like me. Look at me. But no, it's true. Like I think most women do want to consolidate on a single guy, like on one guy, but they really do want to, they have to invest themselves for that to work out long term. If the guy's the one pushing for the relationship and just finally just breaks down her will and she finally just says, fuck it. All right, fine. All right, I guess I'll be your girlfriend or whatever, right? Like the power dynamic of that relationship is fucked up and it just won't work out. Oh, look up Patrice O'Neal's 1 to 30 scale. It's hilarious. Okay, I'll take a look at that after this. Hey guys, support the show. Send a super chat. Thank you, Stream Elements. So Royce said it best in his first commandment of Poon. Now, if you guys don't know who Royce is, first of all, you should be ashamed of yourself. Second of all, there's basically, they call them the 3 R's of the manosphere, right? Or the 3 R's of Red Pill. These are guys that are the originators of Red Pill stuff, right? And you had Royce, Rollo, and Roosh. So those are the 3 R's. And then, Ryan Stone comes in as the 4th R. Ryan's the 4th R of the manosphere. But Royce said it best in his first commandment of Poon about not saying I love you first. Okay. He said, women want to feel like they have to overcome obstacles to win a man's heart. Women want to feel like they have to overcome obstacles to win a man's heart. They crave the challenge of capturing the interest of a man who has other women competing for his attention and eventually prevailing over his grudging reluctance to award his committed exclusivity. The man who gives his emotional world away too easily robs women of the satisfaction of earning his love. Though you may be in love with her, don't say it before she has said it. Show compassionate restraint for her need to struggle towards yin fulfillment. Inspire her to take the leap for you, and she'll return the favor 1,000-fold. So when he says yin fulfillment, he's talking about yin yang fulfillment. But yeah, Royce has said it best. Like, she has to earn your love. So don't be pushing for a relationship. Let her bring it up. It has to be her idea. And so too many of you guys have that sniper mentality and you push for that relationship. And so you guys have to understand that men are the gatekeepers of the relationship. You can't just give that shit away, right? They have to earn that. And too many of you guys are so like, there's this chick, Kate, who follows all of us in, on the Rule Zero panel. And Ryan just blocked her yesterday because I guess she was just like spouting off too much on Twitter, and he just had enough of it. And then I guess she brought Rolo's wife into our conversation, which is just like, like a low blow and a dumb thing to do. So yeah, Ryan ended up blocking her, but she's always saying, oh, no. Like, no, women also control who's, women get to decide who goes into a relationship and stuff like that. It's like, that's because most guys they really want to be in a relationship so bad that as soon as a chick's like, hey, I want to be in a relationship, they're like, okay. Right. Commandment 7, always keep 2 in the kitty. There you go. Oh, here we go. I use the how far would you drive scale. That's good. So anyway, so no, men are the gatekeepers of relationships, right? Because the way this works is you keep bringing the fun, you take her on dates, you're sleeping with her, you're having a good time. You let it become her idea that she wants to lock you down. All right. And she will, when she finally brings it up, it's your decision whether you want to be exclusive with her or not, right? It's not her decision. She's bringing it up. So you just keep dating and spinning these plates until the plate that you want brings it up. If the plate that you don't want to be exclusive with brings it up, just tell her, yeah, I just want to settle down right now. And then, at that point, she can either take it or leave it. She can either keep dating you and keep being a plate and letting herself be a plate, or she can walk away. Like, that's her decision, too. But it's you the one that needs to decide whether you want to be exclusive with someone or not. Like, that's not her decision. Like, it's her decision to bring it up, but it's your decision to accept her offer, right? So you spin plates until you find the right plate. And even then, like I said, it has to be her idea. And at about the 7th or 8th week of dating is typically when chicks will bring it up. They'll bring it up as a talk, they'll want to have a talk about, where is this going? So what are we? What do we call this? Right. And when a chick does that, that's her way of wanting to do the talk, right? Women are very subtle. They can't just be direct. So they'll sort of wishy-washily, start bring up the topic. So you need to not assume that that's what she wants. You need to really drag that out of her. You need to say, well, what do you mean? What do you mean? Until she eventually says, like, I don't want you dating other women. I want to be exclusive. Like, you really want her to spill the beans and actually say that's what she wants before you accept anything, if that's what you want to do anyway. And if you're one of those guys that's scaring women off by the 2nd or 3rd date, I guarantee this is where you're failing. Okay. Cause that's where I was. if you're scaring women off by the second or third date, they're always ghosting you by the second or third date. Even if you slept with them, they're still like ghosting you. It's because you're pushing for a relationship too soon. You're not letting her bring it up. You're not letting it be her idea. And you're just coming across as like a needy bitch, which is unattractive. It's really unattractive for women, right? It actually goes like women will say this all the time. No, I want a guy to tell me that he wants to be exclusive. Like, no, they don't. No, they don't. It goes against their lizard brain, right? Their monkey brain. It goes against their subconscious to want to do that. It goes against their evolutionary biology. They want a guy that they want to be in a relationship with a guy that they've invested in, that they, it has to be their idea. It just does. All right. Oh, we made it 50 minutes. That's great. That's great with this topic. So that's pretty much all I have on this, right? You guys want to spin plates. If you guys want to be in an exclusive relationship, you can do that with this, right? Don't think that you're married to her out the gates. Spin those plates until you find the right plate, right? And then wait for that plate to bring it up and then agree to it. Then you're happily ever after. That's how I have kept a couple of soft plates now that I have my primary. All right. Yeah. There you go. And even if you are like an exclusive, like one woman guy, right? And you do this, you spin your plates and then you find your right plate. And then, your morals say not to be seeing side chicks or whatever, right? Because that's fine too. Like there's guys that are, they totally advocate for side chicks. Like if that's your thing, whatever. I'm not going to tell you not to do that. But if you're one of those guys that's like, no, I'm not going to do that because it goes against my morals, like that's fine too. But what I would say is that don't dismiss women that are like hitting on you, right? Like if a woman is like flirting with you, like don't be afraid to flirt back a little bit because that sort of thing, like that sort of, keeps that competition anxiety going, right? If a chick realizes that you have no other options, like if you totally let yourself go, you totally like aren't, at the gym, losing, keeping the weight off, staying fit, doing the attractive things that got you to the show in the first place, she's going to realize that she's your only option. And then she's going to start losing attraction for you. Like women really like a guy that other girls want to get with. And if she realizes that, no, you have no other options, she's going to start losing attraction for you. So that dread game thing it's a real deal, right? You want to stay that attractive guy that got her interest in the first place, even if you're not actively going out and like sleeping with side chicks and stuff. You know what I mean? All right. I don't see any other super chats. So let's go ahead and wrap this up. That's all I have. Tune in Friday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern time. My boy Glenn Lawrence from the Dragon Ship will be joining me. We're going to be talking about what it's like swimming in the Mana Swamp, as Rich Cooper likes to call it. Also, I will be hosting Rule Zero this week. I'll be posting that later today on YouTube, and so check the socials for that. But it's going to be a fun episode. It's going to be a fun episode Saturday. I got a lot of things that I want to talk about. Some of you guys will like it. Besides that, let's go here. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit those notifications. If you guys are watching after the replay, drop a comment. Any comment will do. You can leave your favorite emoji. It doesn't matter. It all helps out in the algorithm. Follow me on social media. The links are in the description. Get on the Patreon, patreon.com/comeonmanpod. You can join for as little as $10. That helps support the show more than anything else. You get on the beer credits and all that stuff on Monday's episodes. And then if you want any kind of coaching, like if you need help with this stuff, if you need help with getting your rotation going or whatever, join the Patreon at tier 2 or tier 3, because that's where I offer my coaching. I like to do it through the Patreon. It keeps things simple. And then there's no contracts or whatever. Once you get what you need out of the Patreon, you can drop your tier to a lower tier, or you can, leave altogether, whatever. But, once you get what you need, you're not locked into anything. So it's a good way to go. So it's a lot easier for me to manage it that way. Sending super chats during these episodes helps out, pretty much, probably more than anything. So if you guys do join me for these live streams, send a super chat or a super sticker, because, content creators like me in the men's space are largely supported by viewers like you, because, YouTube hates us. All the platforms, like they demonetize our videos because it's hate speech to tell women or to tell men about women's nature and stuff like that, which is really a sad way to go, but it is what it is. So we're largely supported by people like you. So please send those super chats. Get on the email list.comeonmanpod.com. I'll send you some stickers. And then if you like those designs, you can get those designs on coffee mugs and t-shirts and all that kind of stuff. And then finally, check out my practical law of attraction course. I say it's practical because I get rid of all the chick crack, all the crystals and chakras and vibrations and energy and all that stuff. Like this course it's all about the psychological explanation of the law of attraction. And it will help you get your mind right so that you can compete in the sexual marketplace better. It also helps you in other areas of your life, finances, health, all that good stuff. So check it out today, loa.comeonmanpod.com. The link is in the description for that as well. I think, let me go back to the comments here. I think that's all we have. So we will see you guys on Friday. Thanks for joining me today.
This has been the Come On Man podcast. Now, go out and get it.